News sources tell us the suspect, a trans woman in East New York, Brooklyn, identified as Hope Rhodes, allegedly arrested by officers investigating a recent string of robberies at community delis in the area near the New Lot stop on the 3 train, forcing officers to restrain Mr. Rhodes. The officer's camera malfunctioned at the scene, and the chief of police released a statement that the arresting officers involved were suspended under investigation for their use of force. Mr. Rhodes is now in custody at the Brooklyn Hospital.
Jesus, the hospital, God. Oh my God.
We weren't there, Lena. We don't know the whole story.
Excuse me. I'm going to imagine that you did not imply that Hope... Why? So I can listen to that reporter misgender my sister again? Damn it, Hope will not become another hashtag. She needs me. She needs a lawyer. Babe, I gotta go.
I'm coming with you. Baby, relax. We don't want to jump to a conclusion. We don't know the whole story. Any facts? The whole fit the description that the officers were looking for?
Fuck the whole story. They just called Hope a suspect who resisted arrest. And now she's in the hospital.
This country is going to hell now that the bigots have badges and qualified immunity to just play God.
While saying blue lives matter or all lives matter. Hope better be alive. Shit.
Chill, baby.
Shit.
You and I both know Hope does not hold her tongue for no one.
So, you think Hope had this coming? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's not what I'm saying. I love Hope, like a stepsister. What I mean is that context is everything. Prosecutor Rhodes, you win the case with facts.
This is not some cop drama on TV, okay? When the police act as judge, jury, and the executioner of our black and queer lives, they don't tell you why.
I want to do something positive, something proactive.
I need more info from an unbiased source. There's so many tragedies. Tony McDade, Brayla Stone, Jane Thompson. Oh God, not Hope too. Please God.
There's hashtag justice for Hope. Hashtag end police brutality. Hashtag Hope Rhodes. I just hit Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I tagged the HuffPost, New York Times, and The Guardian. Baby, this is gonna start a fire.
What part of my sister will not become a hashtag didn't you understand?
I'm trying to help.
I don't care about the hashtag, but what does your hashtag have to do about actual justice for Hope?
Fuck, I don't know, you're the lawyer. But at least we'll get people to listen.
Were you listening to me? I can't with you right now.
That's not what I was trying to do. You were spinning and I just wanted to ease the pain and do something.
Well, I can't afford to be that impulsive. I love you, but that's the difference between us.
Oh, so now I'm bipolar.
I said impulsive, not bipolar. You're misinformed, Professor Rhodes. You're spontaneous and creative.
You know, your sarcasm is noted and not appreciated. I'm trying to help in my own way.
Not really. I see a hashtag with my sister's name on it and a social media frenzy on the rise. I need you to see that typing up a hashtag is not enough activism. It's publicity, yes. It's awareness, yes. But is it going to save Hope and bring those bastard cops to justice?
I love you, baby. But this conversation is testing me right now. I'm not on trial.
You're not, but are you listening now?
I am. And I heard you assume that I would not do more for you, Hope. That's bullshit. I know the privilege we have compared to Hope.
Good. Now I need you to see that our cis gay privilege comes at the cost of black trans lives like Hope's.
I need you to let go of me and to calm down. You're being dramatic. This is not the end of the world.
It's my sister. It's my trans sister.
I know it's your sister.
Hope is not new to this type of discrimination or violence. Nor are we. If I'm dramatic, then what do you say about all the black and brown queer people who are being brutalized while on and off camera by the cops?
Baby, it's 2020. People are protesting. We have marriage equality. It's much, much better than it used to be in the 90s. We have queer leaders in government at all levels. Baby, progress is happening.
Where are the damn laws to protect a trans woman like Hope? Oh, right. Trump and his thugs in the White House are doing everything they can to dismantle any law that protects LGBTQI plus people.
Wait, what's the I for? Teach me.
Intersexed individuals. Individuals who reject gender norms and pronouns altogether. They prefer the pronouns they or them or no pronouns at all.
You learn something new every day, I guess. But how does no pronouns work?
Lots of patience. That's not the point. While we can tout progress, Black trans lives are still being treated like text messages left unread, seen and not heard.
Damn it. All of this just sucks the air out of the room.
Just imagine how hard it is for Hope right now.
God damn it, Lena, I'm on your side. Or did you forget that because of a hashtag or me not running to Hope's rescue?
Objection.
Girl, we are in our living room because I love you. I married you. Baby, every day I question everything, especially my intentions. Am I too gay? Am I being too black? Am I being professional enough? Do I correct the All Lives Matter or MAGA teacher in the PD?
When is it the right time to talk about intersectionality?
All of this is overwhelming me. We may have different approaches to this situation, baby, but we are on the same team.
T, we live in a world filled with people who will protest for the heteronormative story when the narrative is a black boy, a black man, maybe a cis black woman. But what about all the black and brown queer people needing us to stand up for their tragedies? Government officials are changing street names, but not the justice system to save our lives. Did you know that in 2017, 25 trans individuals were murdered before June? Where was the outrage?
I'm offended you think I could forget. I have friends in the Club Post massacre. Remember how quickly people moved on to celebrate Pride? Club Post was probably the worst of them all. Some of the families didn't even claim they're dead. From hashtag I can't breathe, hashtag say their names, hashtag me
Tony,
too.
Ayana, Dominique, Nina, Rhea, and now maybe Hope. Is tragedy the real trend? I mean, it took the world watching murder for 8 minutes and 46 seconds just to get people to say enough is enough. I mean, your hashtag makes me think that social media is just the front row seat to modern day lynching. Google lynching and see the crowds it drew. Is my sister gonna become some sick trauma porn for a racist? I mean, how long before they forget your hashtag? And move on to hashtag remember blank. Or hashtag justice for blank.
Look, can you stop it? I am trying to be there for you, but I'm your family too. Does my life matter? Baby, I'm drowning in all this back and forth. This is not the first time we've had to save Hope. We step up for her time and time again.
Trying to fight you. I just need you to see that we are privileged cis gay people.
Cis or privilege, why can't we just be two people in a marriage that love each other? Baby, we're arguing about how to address this systematic issue. All this finger pointing, when what we really should do is take the finger pointing and make a fist to fight against our oppressors. Did you stop to think once to ask me how my day was? Do you care?
There's just so many unanswered questions. I mean, will you be next? When you walk out the door, will I? It's just hard. to find hope for the future.
Baby, I am not sorry for making a hashtag. Because clearly we have a lot to talk about later. I married you, so I got your back. And we are going to the hospital.
I'm going to the precinct and the hospital alone. Have you?
You coming or not?
Hey, good evening, folks. How are you? Welcome. We hope that you enjoyed the show. With us is Stephfon Guidry, the writer, director, and creator of the piece, hashtag Justice for Hope. Thank you, Stephfon, for joining us.
Hi, Wilfredo, and hi to everyone else who's joining us, who's gotten to see hashtag Justice for Hope.
So a little bit about Rooted Theater Company. Rooted Theater Company was founded in 2013, and our mission and vision is to create socially relevant theater based on community experiences. In the past, all of our shows have been in the physical space, but obviously due to the COVID crisis, we needed to readjust and reevaluate how it is that we bring theater to the community. And so that was essentially the birth of the Relevantly Rooted series. And we have been with you for the past 5 weeks. This is our last performance, hashtag Justice for Hope, and we are pleased and honored to have Stephfon Guidry joining us tonight for our after-show conversation. Again, thank you, Stephfon, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to the conversation.
So tell us a little bit about Stephfon Guidry.
Wow, that's a very wide question. So I guess a little bit about me as it relates to Rooted. I am one of the board members that helped start Rooted. So it's myself, Wilfredo, and Kareem. I am honored to have been able to work with Rooted to break into directing by working with Kareem and doing plays like A Lesson Before Dying, and especially doing For Color Girls by Itzhak Sanjay, because I think that play, from choreographing it to working with costume, definitely transformed my career as a director, especially working with so many women and Black women and Latino women, just to see their experiences. So as it relates to Rooted, I am a creator, a writer, producer and director, choreographer, costume designer, all those things. But I wouldn't have gotten those opportunities without being a part of the Rooted family. And so that is what I do here. My official title on the website is dramaturge, because my day job is being an English teacher. I enjoy breaking down literature and nuance in it. And so what I bring to the table as a theater content creator is the perspective of someone who appreciates literature and text, as well as the nuance of the performing arts, being an actor, and how do we bring that to life. One of my favorite lines is always to say, to bring the page to the stage. And I think there's a long journey in that that I enjoy with each different production, whether I've written it or haven't. And I think that any great actor, any great director really has to deep and dive into the work itself. like the message behind it and what's there. Of course, the dialogue, what is on the script, but really what more is it giving you? And just keep asking questions and filling them. And so as a dramaturg and director, I think that is like where I've started to find my niche and my flow, especially here with Rooted.
So tell us a little bit about how the concept of hashtag Justice for Hope came about.
So hashtag Justice for Hope. We were doing a fall symposium, I believe, wow, it's 3 years now, because it was in 2017.
Right.
With this fall symposium, we had picked different pieces that were to kind of speak to the situation of police brutality. And I felt like a queer voice was missing. And specifically when we're talking about queer voices, I want to give like the mic, the stage, to the voice that I'm not hearing the most. And which we are hearing a lot more from now in 2020, but Black trans women have been a part of the queer, gay, whatever, before we had the LGBT, the T was the first individuals who started the revolution that is our queer and gay freedom and revolution. So I centered a story that dealt with police brutality and queer lives and centered it around a Black trans experience that is still going on in today. And so I did research on like how Black trans women are really not represented in like media and how there's so much violence, whether it's police violence or just like violence that happens to Black trans women where they go missing or they're beaten or sexually assaulted, and no one's really like uproaring except for Black trans women, but yet Black trans women have been uproaring for all gay individuals and queer individuals, the whole plus rainbow spectrum, and yet it's so hard to get people to go from being on a float for pride in like a crop top and poom poom shorts, which I'm not hating on the outfit, but what I am saying is that pride was a protest and it's about activism and life and freedom. And we are not all free if we're not allowing Black trans women and just trans individuals overall to live and breathe and thrive and be free. And so that really birthed me writing this piece.
Yeah, I always like to say that when we talk about Black lives, right, it means the spectrum of Blackness. It just doesn't mean, cisgendered Black males. It means Black women, Black elders, the spectrum of the LGBTQI plus community, Afro-Latinos, right? So we're talking about literally all Black folks, right, that are targeted. And, in the trans community, obviously Black trans women bear the brunt of that. So you had mentioned that the show was conceived back in 2017, 2018, right? A good 2-3 years ago. And so what changed? Obviously, we all know what changed in the world and what's happening, but what changed in the piece? What changed in the piece from how it was originally envisioned to what it is, to what we just saw?
So one of the major changes I could say for the piece is that I definitely spent more time with it. Like I reread what I wrote back in 2017 and I was like, so much has changed in the world, but so much has not. Again, it is, like I said, in 2020, now you see Black trans women as well as just trans individuals out there, like, you need to see us. We exist. Stop, ignoring our names. Stop moving on so you can wave a rainbow flag, but you forget that the light pink and the blue comes from trans lives, like blood and bruises. And I don't want to just like harp on the negativity, but also so much creativity. Like we need to know more amazing trans individuals than Janet Mock but I'm inspired by people like Janet Mock and Laverne Cox and Angelica Ross. And I love what Ryan Murphy is doing over on FX and giving more trans individuals visibility. But I know with visibility, there also came violence, and violence that was just like unchecked. And like nobody, when people would like also check off or like discount different trans individuals because their stories didn't meet up for certain socioeconomical or educational different monikers. And so I wasn't like, no. I think someone said it best when I was doing some reading over the summer where someone was talking about allyship. And they're like, it's not a title, it's a verb. And so as someone who is gender fluid, who is queer, I'm not gonna sit here because I may be masculine presenting today to you that, oh, perfect, let me sit in that privilege and comfort. Because if you're comfortable, even when you know you're oppressed, then you're not pushing. Yes, I do still want to express joy and happiness and things like that, but there's so much more work to do that like just touting just the few like visible, amazing individuals, like all the cast of Pose, amazing, love them all. And they're trendsetters when we talk about gender expression and trans rights and the trans story in the queer narrative. And we just need to make sure that as we do that, that we honor what is really going on. And so when I went back to the script, I was like, okay, I need to change this. Take that out. No, this is what we would say now. This has not changed. Oh, this is changing. I chose kind of unconsciously to talk about life, but not talk about COVID in the text of my play because to an extent, yes, it does have the time stamps of 2017 and 2020, but I still want to be able to redo this play even in a non-COVID world and not have to discuss COVID like it was the big bad wolf or big bad, because COVID is its issue, but it's an issue that is, there's other things but that. But when we talk about black trans lives and their visibility and their freedom and their ability to thrive and live, that needs to be now. I'm tired of telling a black trans woman and trans individuals, oh, you're cute, you can be on the float, but I'm not gonna fight for your rights, fight for your freedoms, fight for your existence, fight for your healthcare. No, you need to fight for all those things and more. There are too many homeless trans individuals for us to sit there and keep like having all these expensive ass gay pride parades, but we need to take our money and also use it in social programs to help our people that have been disfranchised. So for me, it was like, reevaluate how you wrote this piece, and every single thing that comes out of a character's mouth must be something that is important, that it's talking about gender, that it's talking about privilege, that it's talking about the language we use now, like cis, gay, privilege, or talking about the difference in heteronormativity and misogyny, or misogynoir, as it's now coined. Talk about misogyny specifically in the Black community. Like, every line in my play had to be important, because I'm like, I just don't have the time to waste on it not driving home this message that Black trans lives matter and all Black lives matter.
No. So part of your piece is a commentary really on armchair activism and hashtags. You know, what are your thoughts around that? What is the piece saying about that?
Okay, I knew that question was coming because it came up in 2017, which was a different time. So we didn't have TikTok, or TikTok was there, but it wasn't as big and Vine was dying. It is a part of activism. And that's the reason why in the film, in the play, however you see it, the soap opera of #Justice for Hope, they say, one of the characters says, I'm offended that you think that the only thing I was gonna do was the hashtag. But see, that's the thing. For some people, it's comfortable enough. Like, we're comfortable. I dropped that hashtag. I dropped that, picture. Some hit dogs are gonna holler when they hear this, but I'm just gonna say it. So like, if you put Breonna Taylor in your story only back in April and May, but I still don't see you harping on her today, then think about that. So if you want to say that my only protest is online protesting, then show it continuously. Until change has happened, you gotta keep saying Breonna Taylor, Elijah McCain. You still got to keep saying it until we get rid of that chokehold. You still got to show up. If you're not going to show up on the front lines, which it sometimes is dangerous and not everybody's comfortable going to a physical protest, then do it online in other ways. Like literally saying that the hashtag has to just be your start, but it cannot be the only step you take.
Right.
But what I've also learned from people that are younger than me and people my age is that there are multiple online platforms. How do you get the right information out? Like Twitter, what I'll say about queer Twitter. So back in July, a white trans woman was almost abducted off of the street. I will say abducted because it wasn't a lawful, warranted police arrest, but she was taken from a protest, was not read her Miranda rights, but was like thrown into a car. And all you got was Twitter, and people on Twitter were going ham, like tagging Congress, tagging lawmakers, tagging de Blasio to see if this woman was okay. And within less than 24 hours, the power of Twitter had gotten this story to the top, and people like had gotten more information about the story of her supposedly defacing cameras, but defacing cameras versus taking away her human right to life and throwing her on the ground. Like, I'm sorry, like my play is a commentary on the way that we are policing people. And it says it is wrong, period. Protect and serve is different than when you take away human rights and forget that people are human. And you cannot say that you have not forgotten. You can't say that just because you're the good cop in that bad like team, you need to reevaluate what policing stands for. When I don't have one or two, bad apples. I have thousands of complaints that are heard on and off camera, whether it's by their camera or our camera, of different people that have been brutalized by the police. So it's that. I'm not trying to say like trauma porn, but like talk about it. Hashtag the police's names. Show the pictures when the police are breaking, when they're not doing their jobs. Like the people that murdered Breonna Taylor are out there on vacation and stuff and having a great time. No. Civil unrest means civil unrest. And if your civil unrest is only online, I TikTok it, Twitter it, Facebook it, Instagram it, and all of the things continuously until you see change. And that's just what civil unrest is. It's not meant to make us comfortable. Right. So
thank you so much, Stephfon. Civil unrest should not make you comfortable. That is an amazing way to end our conversation on tonight. Before we wrap up, do you want to just give us your handles? Where can folks find you?
So on Instagram, I am Broadway Guru, and also on Twitter, I am Broadway Guru, all one word. Broadway Guru, Broadway Guru spelled Guru. Just all one word. Facebook, I only usually add people I know. So that there's that. Of course, you can contact me through the Rooted Theater Co. IG and Facebook page. Go to our website, rootedtheaterco.org. You could, of course, donate or just hit the contact information just to hit us up. And I will, of course, get it there. I look forward to seeing what #Justice for Hope does.
Awesome. Thank you so much again, Stephfon. We thank you all for watching. Again, please visit rootedtheaterco.org. We have a number of ways that you can connect with us. Please go ahead and donate to Rooted Theater Company. Please go ahead and share your emails and subscribe to our regular updates. We have some amazing stuff that's coming up in the next couple of months. Thank you so much again for joining us for the Relevantly Rooted Festival, the first ever Relevantly Rooted Festival. Thank you again, Stephfon.
Done. Cut. We did it.